Good morning, everyone. I'm Max, and this anime vitae is soup and dieting. Now, a little bit of background on myself. I am a student, and I have been an athlete for around 7 years, give or take, and 3 years of that I have been an active dieter. Now, before anything else, I want to point out that I am in no means a food expert or a nutritionist or a dieting expert, but today I will simply be sharing you a very general scope of how I understand dieting and how I've experienced dieting. So today I will be making my take on a pretty generic, I would say generic recipe called vegetable soup. Now, if you do search online, you will find many different variations of vegetable soup. This is simply my take on it. Now, soup, right? Soup and dieting. Let's talk about that. Soup, you could say, is another one of those very generic dishes. You know, it's either you're a soup eater or you're not. So you're probably wondering, why soup? Of all the dieting choices, the dieting food choices that you could have, why soup? Well, when you think dieting, usually you would think of foods that are very, very low calorie. Something like maybe baked chicken breast or crackers at not eating dinner, things like that. A vegan diet, even keto, and mostly, what would you say is a problem? I would say you could say is a problem with those type of dieting. And anyone you ask, anyone who's tried and failed, me included, these sort of dieting techniques is that these make you feel hungry. You know, it limits you. It limits you very. It constricts you. It constricts you, constrains you from how much you can eat, and it really, in the end of the day, it's not a nice feeling. At the end of the day, you're done working. It's a very unpleasant feeling. So why soup? Well, the difference between all of these low carb and low calorie meals and low calorie diet plans is that it's not fulfilling. And soup can fix that, in a sense that not only are you getting a low fat, low calorie meal with soup, you will also be having a very fulfilling meal, because it is soup. It's mostly water. So that's it right there, you know. Soup retains many of the nutrients that vegetables usually have, or these vegetables and whatever other ingredients you put. Secondly, soup is very customizable. Anything you need, any sort of specific type of soup, specific amount of nutrients that you need a high carb, you need a high protein, a high fat type of meal, you can make it with soup, because soup, the nutrients that you get from soup, the nutritional properties and components of soup really relies on the type of ingredients you put. So like here I'm using carrots, I'm using cabbage, I'm going to be using some Pechay and some string beans. So right off the bat, you'll see that I'll be having a lot of vitamin C, vitamin D, and the antioxidant properties of the leafy vegetables that I'm going to be using, like cabbage and pechay. I'll be having all of those, all going to be retained by the soup. while still having it pretty low carb because of the fact that additionally, a lot of the protein that I'll be getting from the string beans will also remain, thanks to the fact that very slippery chopping board. But thanks to the fact that it's going to be boiled in soup.